Good evening, folks. It is approximately 9:30, and there's missed calls here. Okay. Okay. There is a I just want to make this clear. You know, we're all being fucked with. You know, we're hearing it again. It was a peaceful protest, and they know they're full of shit. You know, they know they're full of shit. You know, they're trying to recycle an old bullshit from 2020. And trying to say, well, it was a peaceful protest. Nothing's happening. Okay, well, we all know what's happening. You know, we all know what's happening. It's obvious. We know what's happening. If it was peaceful, you wouldn't see burning cars. You wouldn't see people throwing rocks. You wouldn't see ICE or law enforcement getting hit with rocks. You know, other bullshit. You know, if it was peaceful, it'd be peaceful. I mean, non-violent peaceful. And yeah, it would be non-violent peaceful. But the thing is, when you have radical Democrats like Karen Bass, mayor of LA, and Maxine Waters, they are race baiters like Al Sharpton, man. You know, Al Sharpton has been running this bullshit thing for years, for a long time. And he went from being fat, wearing a jogging suit, to looking skinny, and his head is still, I mean, it's like one big fart just made him small. You know, you know, you know, I mean, the media is stirring the pot. Like I said, they're stirring the pot. You know, they're stirring the pot of bullshit again and again and again and again. Gavin Newsom, we all know he's acting tough because he's on camera. But when the camera's off, we all know the motherfucker is terrified. The motherfucker is scared because he knows his time is up. His days are numbered. Okay? And his days are numbered, man, you know. Very fucking numbered, you know. And the Democrats are trying their damnedest to hold on to California to keep it blue. Well, that's going to change because there's a few people who are in the state assembly, also in member of Congress and the Senate, They're running for re-election. Okay? And who they're running against for re-election. And whoever it is, you know damn well that California is, I mean, look, they're trying to use this riot bullshit, to prepare for 2026. Okay? We all know that. All right? We all know that. Okay? And so, here's the thing. They're gonna try to use every dirty tactic, okay, to take control of the Senate, the House. Okay? That's their thing. Because we all know, under the Biden administration, the House, the Senate, was in Democrat control. Okay? What happened? Right? What happened? Things got worse. Things got worse under Biden, man. I mean, think about this. Inflation, prices of gas, goods, were getting high. And hey, shh. Now, someone said on TikTok, well, there was here the rumor is that Kamala Harris actually won the election. No, she did not win. She never did. Okay, the reason she lost, because she had a poor campaign. One, they threw her ass in because Joe Biden, his mind was so damn gone. He didn't know where he was half the damn time. And the American people have spoken. Okay? The American people have spoken, And they voted for who they wanted. I didn't vote. I didn't vote. Why? It was meaningless. It was meaningless. Very, very meaningless, I mean, I didn't vote for Harris. I didn't vote for Trump because it's just fucking meaningless. But the thing is, we're already, in June of 2025, it's really, there's no explaining it to these brain-fogged idiots who are the worst generation in my eyes. The fucking worst generation is Gen Z. And the Zillennials, the older early millennials. The younger millennials and the Gen Zs are the worst fucking generation, man, I tell you. Because they don't think. Gen Z is the fucking worst generation ever, man, because they have no idea how life works. They're entitled. They just take things on social media and on TV as like it's a real thing. Gen X. We are the last great generation, man. We get the last great generation, okay? We're greater than millennials and we're greater than Gen Z. No bullshit there. But the way we were raised growing up, we were raised on hose water and sarcasm. Okay? Things we did, it would make Gen Z go fucking nuts, man. Go to fucking nuts. I ain't gonna get the hose. well, fucking, go fuck yourself then, dude. You know? You're all being played like a fiddle and you don't fucking know it. Most of you do not know they're playing you like a goddamn fiddle and you don't fucking know it because you refuse to open your mind, open your eyes to look at what's really happening. And you're just going along with the fucking script. You know? You're all going along the same goddamn script, man. You know? You're all going along with it. I'm not. I refuse to. I refuse to. Because I know damn well we're all getting fucked with, you know. We're all getting fucked with. And we're all getting fucked with. And it's all bullshit. Straight up bullshit. And you all know it. The media there is just there to stir the pot. Of bullshit, you know. They're saying, oh, it's a peaceful protest. Peaceful, look, throwing rocks, burning cars, and insulting people does not make it peaceful. That's what I mean. They're all fucking with us, you know. They're all fucking with us, you know. They're all fucking with us, man. It's a riot, not a protest. There's looting, okay? When there's a riot, there's looting, okay? It happened 33 years ago, okay? Some of you Gen Zs don't fucking get it. 33 years ago, there's a riot happening in Los Angeles, okay? $1 billion worth of damage, right? Gavin Newsom right now saying, Donald Trump illegally ordered the National Guard. Doesn't this cocksucker know that 33 years ago, right? In 1991, 92, that George H.W. Bush sent out the National Guard. He sent out the Marines and the Army. Right? See, Gavin Newsom was never a lawyer. He never understood the law is? He was a poor mayor, a worse mayor, the worst lieutenant governor, and he's the worst governor in California's history, man, you know. And Donald Trump has every right to have the National Guard to go out there, you know, and maintain order. Now the Marines are going out there. There's going to be like 1,000 Marines out there, man. You know, 1,000 Marines, and that was me. I would call out the Marines and the Army. Kind of keep things in check here, you know. And keep things in check. That's what I would do. And Antifa needs to watch their ass as well, man. Because once the National Guard goes out there and the Marines go out there, exactly, my friend. Exactly. Exactly, my friend. Exactly. Exactly, my friend. Honestly, exactly. Big time. Big time, man. Big time, pig time, no bullshit, my friend. Perfectly wording out, man. I mean, it's all, 33 years ago, I was in high school. And this was right around when the Rodney King beating, and it was the first time that someone filmed police brutality, and that footage went worldwide within days, man. Within days, and now I'm wondering if the person that did the filming is still alive. Because I think the camera that was used should be in a museum, because it was like the first video recorder to ever record police brutality, and when it went live everywhere, all over the world, man. I tell you, I was about 15. I was about 15, about 14, 15. And it led to 4 officers being thrown through the wolves when there was more than 4. There's at least 6 or 7 that was doing it, but 4 were thrown through the wolves. And even though they were acquitted, it really, law enforcement should have known that if they get an acquittal, they should have known. They should have been ready for any reaction from the people. Because I'll tell you what, it's always that law enforcement always get the acquittal when crimes are they've done is swept under the rug, and nothing happens until years later, or even months later. I mean, it really grinds my gears to even say this, because innocent people, I mean, it shouldn't be. I mean, look, they have us divided in class, divided by, financial shit, all that shit. I mean, the guys divide us in so many areas, man. It's like, it's bullshit, I'm a son of a construction worker, retired after 26 years. My father worked out of town for nearly 30 years, and to support a wife and 2 kids. Then when I moved out and got married and had my son's 26. My father worked to support a wife and a daughter, my sister. Then after she left and got married, it was just my mom, and just really my father, my folks are up there in age. It's not really, well, it is obvious, I mean, we're all getting fucked with, no matter what age we are, I mean, it's just one thing after another when you realize we're all getting fucked with. We're all getting, I do agree that a lot of brainwashing is on social media, other apps, and the mainstream media. It's like the video that we talked on about movies that told the truth that were censored by studio heads, politicians, the media, because if the truth was still coming out, it would freak out studio heads, politicians, even news people. And you mentioned the Sound of Freedom, and that movie grossed over $100 million, and it was the most, like, people really wanted to see this movie. And this movie got so much traffic and people of wanting to see this film, they try to have theater heads to fuck with the viewing by raising the temperature, leaving the lights on, any, like, as possible, it's not peaceful if rocks are being thrown, cars are being burnt. It's rioting with looting. It's 2020 all over again. But you don't see anybody willing to. I mean, you don't hear about anybody donating money to a group of race baiting cunts. It's just that it's about immigration. we've had a real fucked up immigration policy and shit. Ronald Reagan said it, didn't do anything. Bill Clinton said it, the same thing, didn't do shit. So did George W. Bush, didn't do a fucking thing. George H.W. Bush said it too. He didn't do a fucking thing either. Obama said it too. Didn't do a fucking thing. But when Trump said it, oh, he did something. He built a wall. He built a wall. How dare he build a wall? Because walls work. Walls work. You know? If you go down further to South America, you see walls are built at the border, man. They're already built at the border. They work. You know. If you go further down, there's another wall. But they walk is they're tired of people just sneaking in and shit, you know. And if you all remember Cesar Chavez, all remember Cesar Chavez. He created the Farm Workers Union here in California. You would see a red flag with a Aztec eagle on it. Very iconic. He made sure to protect his workers from illegal immigrants because he protected his workers so they could keep their jobs, and they had families to take care of, wife, kids, you know. He was Latino. Okay? He did his damnedest to make sure that the farm workers had a good wage. Make sure that they had good, you know, medical, you know, all that shit, you know. Because the workers went out there, they worked 15 hours a day, man. Day and night, night and day. Just, you know, day and night. You know, well, not that, but 15 hours a day. You know. Picking lettuce and cabbage and, you know, eggplant, you know, and vegetables, and put them in boxes, man, you know. Put them in boxes. And my late uncle did that. My late uncle did that before he died. And he's been gone for 30 years. You know, for 30 years, you know, and he would bring my mom and dad, like, heads of lettuce, cabbage, carrots. I mean, just things picked, you know, fresh grown lettuce, cabbage, carrots, you name it, you know, cantaloupe, freshly picked, man, freshly, you know, and this was in Salinas, and my grandparents, my father's folks, came to this country as political refugees during the war. And they went to Texas for a while. They had up a little store, a little drive-in, a little theater. My grandmother was a homemaker. My grandfather, he worked. You know, and stuff. And my father was born here in California. He was the youngest. He was the youngest of eight kids. You know, my grandparents were in their 40s when they had my dad. You know, that was 70 years ago, 71 years ago. You know, and my grandmother was a homemaker, and she cooked for my grandfather. She cooked for she cooked for people that came to visit, and I'm very proud, very very proud of my family name, and I won't say it. I won't say it because somebody's watching, and we all, you know who is that somewhere out back east and shit. So, kind of want to leave it there. I don't want him to weaponize, you know, my shit, you know. But I mean, they need to wake up, pull their head out of their ass, and realize, look, they're good people that want to live, want to have a life, not just for their family, but for their children as well. I don't like where this is going. I'm angry. I'm very angry because, you know, there are good people in this country that came here for asylum to just have a better life and work and provide and assimilate into the country, you know, pay taxes and whatnot, you know. But you have these neocons and rhinos and these Democrats, whether you're a progressive or a liberal. Let's bring them all in. Why? So they can illegally vote and keep your fat ass in office? I don't think so. I don't think so. Because people have died. People have died, man. There've been people that have died. There's been people that have been raped, murdered, robbed. Just like, for example, the Venezuelan prison gang in Chicago, right? You know, and also in Colorado. They took over an entire apartment complex by gun. And that was bullshit. That was Joe Biden's bullshit, you know. That was Joe Biden's bullshit. You know, and I mean, I didn't vote, but I knew what needed to be done. And right now it's being done, but the thing is, Democrats are scared shitless because they know that if they lose the immigrants, they're going to lose their vote to stay in office. That's why they're scared. Okay? That's why they're terrified. And they're telling people on social media where the brainwashing begins that Trump's doing this, he's doing this. Dude, the thing is, they're scared of being voted out of office because they want to keep their game going. They want to keep their fun going where they're making millions of dollars from the people that are putting money up their ass to have them do shit for them because money talks and bullshit walks, you know. And You know, half of them are up there in age. Maxine Waters, the bitch needs to go. Nancy Pelosi, the bitch needs to go. Mitch McConnell, the motherfucker needs to go. All these old fuckers in office, they need to fucking go, man. They all need to fucking go, dude. I tell you what, you would not want a Gen X president, man. I tell you what, dude. You would not want to vote for a Gen X president because we will fuck shit up, dude. We will fuck shit up, man. I swear to God, we would. I'm Gen X. Yeah, I'm a Gen Xer. You would not want to vote for a Gen Xer, man. I tell you what, we would fuck shit up. We would make people cry. I mean, we were raised on hose water and sarcasm, dude. I swear to God, we were. You know, hose water and sarcasm, you know, and not giving a fuck. You know. And you see these little bastards down in Los Angeles, you know, Antifa, man. Those, Antifa's nothing more than a bunch of crackhead white kids from the like basically trailer trash crackhead white kids, you know. Gone bad in the lab. Oh man. Oh shit. Oh man. Nice one, man. Nice one, bro. Nice one, dude. That's funny, man. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. I've seen the movie, man. I tell you what, they said the same thing about Joe Biden, dude. Oh, nice one, man. Nice one, dude. Nice one. Ah, nice one, man. I mean, it's like, I grew up. I remember. I used to watch the news as a kid, and after a while, I started to understand what was I watching as a kid in the 80s, man. I remember the war in Grenada, the Iran-Contra, and like shit, man. You know, the Iran-Contra, the whole cocaine cowboy shit in the 80s. You know, Barry Seal. He was killed. He was killed in '86. Big old pudgy fat guy. I don't know why they picked Tom Cruise. Desert Storm. Oh yeah, man, hell yeah. I don't know why they got Tom Cruise to play Barry Seal. The guy is fucking skinny as fuck. I mean, they could have got somebody else to play Barry Seal. That's maybe the same body type, you know, to play Barry Seal. And Tom Cruise, wrong guy, man. Right movie, good movie, wrong guy. Wrong guy. They should have gotten they should have gotten what's his name? He's a good actor too. Trying to think of his name. I think if Seymour Hoffman was still alive, that role would be good for him. I mean, he would have played that role damn good, man. I tell you what, um, you know, and but you know, just that, you know, straight up brainwashing, man. I mean, these young bastards, man. They don't get that they're being fucked with. You know, they're being fucked with, and they refuse. Well, I believe I read on Facebook. Facebook's bullshit. Well, that's what, no, that's bullshit too. Well, that's on the news. The news is also bullshit. You know, because the media is stirring the pot nonstop, and whatever they throw in, they're gonna mix it up, create more bullshit, and there you go. And I don't believe what my government tells me. I refuse to believe what my government and the media tells me. It's all bullshit. And bullshit nonetheless. Desert Storm was a fight over oil in Kuwait. Saddam went in there, took the oil, took control. George H.W. Bush, who's an oil guy himself, anytime when there's a country that has an oil reserve, an oil resource, it's always that the United States wants control of the very resource of oil. Not just oil, water. The former CEO of Nestle said that water is not a human right. Well, fuck you. Yes, it is. Water is a human right. Without water, we can't hydrate ourselves. We can't drink it to hydrate ourselves, you know. We can't use it for bathing, cooking, watering, you know, all that shit, you know. I've been doing this for a long time. For a very long time. Almost 14 years. And I'm having a great time. You know. We all have to really, before you open your mouth, you really need to open your mind. After that, open your eyes. Then open your ears. Because if you open your mouth, all of a sudden, you would say things that would definitely put you in the bad light. If you open your mind, open your eyes, and open your ears, then we would have a lot of people waking up. More than we have now. If the whole world right now wakes the fuck up, now I mean like really wake the fuck up, it would scare the shit out of every fucking government in the world, and politicians in office would go fucking ape shit, not knowing what the fuck can do. And the thing is, what can they fucking do? If the entire world woke up to the bullshit right now, as of right now, it would be the biggest fucking change in world history, man. But it ain't gonna happen because governments divide people. They divide people. They divide people by brainwashing the very few. Because they don't want they don't want the few to be critical thinkers. No. They don't want you to realize how you're getting fucked by the upper 1%. They want obedient workers just smart enough to do the job, but dumb enough to accept low wage, low pay, nothing. Do the job, and they accept the low pay, the low wage. That's how they said. That's how they make their money. Cheap shit, cheap labor. There you go. Check out the documentary on men who built America. Yeah, I'll talk about Carnegie, Rockefeller, Morgan, and Ford. And then you have Vanderbilt. You know. And it would tell you how politicians started to get bribed, like really, you know. I think what needs to happen is that we need to have these politicians wear patches of people who they have in their pocket and shit, you know. Then we'll know who's getting the big kickbacks, who's getting the big behind door deals and shit, you know. Like Gavin Newsom, he made a backdoor deal with a couple of real estate investors after the fires happened this year. And son of a bitch diverted the water to the ocean because he wanted to protect one little fucking fish. And instead of thinking that the water could help the farmers, and also the water at these SoCal deltas and shit, the quarries or the reservoirs. When they went to the reservoirs, they found it bone dry. Bone fucking dry, man. And then you had the fire chief, who was a DEI hire. She didn't know how to do her damn job, you know. Not just that, you had a military installation where got broken into, where 3 Humvees, one of them armed, they took bayonets, they took night vision goggles, they took medical supplies, all that shit from a military installation, right? They took tripods, they took all kinds of shit. And the last fire that happened was in Junupa Valley. That's the last fire. But our state is so fucked up that we need people to be removed automatically. You know, Karen Bass in Los Angeles, Gavin Newsom in Sacramento, and a few other ones. You know, Ted Lieu, Adam Schiff, Maxine Waters, Pelosi. Adios, goodbye, you cunts. You know, but they're protected by people who have money, who is willing to throw money at them because they get bent over and they take the deal. How many is here? We've got 3. But the thing is, we need people to really look. Social media, it is so fucking rigged, dude. It is so fucking rigged, man. Elections are rigged, dude. I mean, the whole system's fucked. It's all rigged, man, you know. It's not gonna matter until we get every motherfucker to pull their head out of their ass, you know, because we're all getting fucked with, man, and none of you know it. We're all getting fucked with, man. I don't watch TV. Stopped watching a long time ago. I'm probably here on social media, man. Why? It's bullshit. It's all bullshit, man. You know, it's all bullshit. You know. Social media is a social experiment by the CIA. Okay. Complete bullshit, man. Most of the stuff you see is a CIA creation to distract you with all the bullshit, you know, and the bullshit we don't need, you know. And some of these bastards don't understand, you know. Hey, get off of social media. You're nothing special. You're not special. The world doesn't evolve around you. You entitled cunt. You know, I mean, it's varies from, do you really want to, like, do you really want to help people by telling them what's going on? Yeah. You know, drop TikTok, drop Facebook, drop Instagram. Okay? They're not going to do shit for you. There's the alternative platforms that I'm on, that I go on. If you really want to read the news, check out Ground News, because it tells you which story is left, right, or center. Ground News is transparent, is non-biased, is just straight up there, man. Anytime there's a news app out there that's trying to compete with the like other left-wing platforms, they get squashed easily. But Ground News does not give a fuck, man. It will show which network, which paper would, or online website is left, right, and center, and which ones is doing the story here. It'll show how much on the left, how much on the right, and in the center. That means percentage, you know. And I'm going to be 50 next year. And I'm going to realize that when I hit 50, that's when I get more zero fucks given, man. I'm going to stop giving a fuck. I'm 49. And I still don't give a fuck. And I know for a fact that in my heart, I know that we have a long road ahead. You know, I have a soft spot for good people, man. You know, for good people. But sometimes good people are forced to turn their back on other people, you know. And because of reasons that are bullshit, intimidation is one, persuasion is another. You know, there are good people in a particular community that that needs to come together. And Joe, you know who I talk about, man? Because they're victims of a project that was done by Dr. Robert Duncan. Any of that one too, my friend. Who's done nothing wrong to anybody. You know, they live their lives, you know, without any bullshit. And all of a sudden, here's the bullshit. His name is Robert Duncan. Cock-sucking motherfucker. I also want to say this Friday at 9 o'clock, there's going to be an important live feed on StreamYard. You'll see it on YouTube, and it will have 3 female. You'll have my friend who'll host it. Then you have Miss Linus and Miss Lorraine from Alternative Homesteading, live on Soul Not For Sale, 9 o'clock Friday. Check it out, but also show some respect. You have 3 women in one feed for 2 hours talking about the important I think so. My friend and I did a live feed on StreamYard the other day, and it gained 50 views, man. I tell you what, 50 views. And when you guys see the live feed, please show respect, and because this is an important live, and again, please show some respect. And again, none of you have anything to, again, none of you did anything wrong. You're all victims of this asshole Robert Duncan. So please check it out Friday at 9 p.m. And it's going to be a really good live feed because it'll be my friend, Miss Lioness, right now, who's in North Carolina, and also Miss Lorraine from the Alternative Homestead. And it will rattle people's minds, man. 3 women are trafficked through this program, coming together. This live feed, 9 p.m. Friday night. Check it out. Better pull up a chair with popcorn and a soda, because this is going to be something else, man. Completely something else. But again, please show some respect, because we all know, you know who will probably be watching it, pissing himself over it. So, again, my name is Reverend Ordo. This has been the Anonymous Mando'Ade Network. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notification, and always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys. And all remember, peace out, Godspeed, Buddha bless. Thank you, Joe.